I would like to welcome everyone to the video where I am interviewing Daniele Valisena, the winner of this year's ESEH Tallinn Dissertation Prize, whose dissertation was selected from 29 excellent applications. Congratulations, Daniele.
Thanks.
And your thesis title is Coal Lives, Italians, and the Metabolism of Coal in Wallonia, Belgium from 1946 to 1980. Could you please tell a bit about how this topic occurred to you? What were your questions and motivation for this research?
Sure. The idea for this very research originated from a travel. I was traveling together with some friends from the Laboratorio di Storia delle Migrazioni of the University of Modena Reggio Emilia in Italy. And we were in Wallonia, the French-speaking region of Belgium, and it was December 2015. So it was supposed to be the last leg of fieldwork of the project on Italian migration. Then the migration laboratory in Italy was carrying on. I was working with them before starting my PhD. And it was supposed to be the first leg, actually, of my preliminary fieldwork for my new doctoral research at KTH, which was supposed to be on urban gardening and Italian migrants in Wallonia. So I was supposed to look at Italian gardens in Wallonia, which I did. But when I was there, by moving through the country, I had the kind of illumination, and I was thinking about myself while entering in Liège. I was on this car, and I saw a line all these, giant plants, coals like Yps, factories, all more or less abandoned and rusting off. And I was thinking, hey, this is the metabolism of coal right there. This is something I really want to know more about. Also the highway I was driving on was basically running parallel over the coal deposit that lies still nowadays under Belgium. And all this industrial apparatus was really enticing me. So I tried to reason about it. And I said, you know what? Italian gardens might be pretty cool, but it's much cooler if I studied environmental history of industrialization in Belgium, and I tried to connect it with Italian migration. I want to do that because this kind of landscape was really fascinating, but it was somehow kind of still. It was blocked in a kind of past techno environment that was still there. But the production was stopped. I could see the metabolism of coal in its kind of longue durée, its legacy, material and immaterial. And I wanted to know more on how Italian migrants interacted, contributed to make this kind of landscape, how they contributed in transforming the environments, and how do they merge with it to a certain extent. As for the motivation, I was trained as a migration historian, so I was interested into sense of belonging, identity, and all these things. I found that urban gardening, they were interesting kind of place where to study these things, but I had an entire country to study, which was much more exciting as a perspective. To conclude, I believe that this kind of research could help me not only to understand better the environmental history of those places, but also to understand many similar processes which were ongoing, maybe in the Detroit area, the Ruhr area in Germany, the Black Country in England, northeastern France, even in the south and the north of Italy. And also in a way was kind of the future history of places like Silesia in Poland, but also of China and India. So I thought it really opened doors for many interesting reflection also on the present.
What did you enjoy most doing this research, and what do you think are the most interesting outcomes finishing your thesis?
Well, Probably the kind of geek answer to your question would be that I really enjoyed Belgian archives. You know, they are organized in an amazing way. And sometimes I was really given the key, and they told me, you know, you can go out there and do whatever you want. So it was kind of a paradise, historian paradise in a way. Then, as my PhD thesis opponent said, Don Mitchell, I really fell in love with the landscape of Wallonia, with its history, with its environment, and I developed a real attachment to the place, you know, the cities, the rural nature that was all around me, the industrial ruins that were popping up all around the country, and the people who live there, of course. This is somehow also related to my methodology, which maybe is one of the interesting outcomes of my research, something I call historical walking, and is at the same time, you know, an approach. So there's theories. I won't explain it right now, but you know, it's connected to Michel de Certeau, Tim Ingold, Rebecca Solnit, idea of, you know, engaging with the environment and following the trajectories that really make the landscape. And so I was walking around the country for weeks, and in this way I was able to really discover it and explore it. So not only the archives. Then the other part of the answer is related to the fact that I had the extreme luck of being part of an ITN, a Marie Sklodowska-Curie project in environmental humanities, NS, and I was also part of the fantastic division of history of science, technology and environment at KTH in Stockholm. So I had a lot of freedom to do what I wanted. I had a lot of money to spend on research. And this is something really important when you start doing your research. Then also in this way, you know, I had the chance to meet and engage with a lot of tremendous scholars. First of them, my supervisor, Marco Armiero, who really helped me, you know, getting to the point, reading my stuff, rereading my stuff. I think he read so many times my theory that he knows it better than me, maybe. And it's 460 pages long, so it is quite an effort. Then also the scholars that helped me, Judith Renaud, Dot Mitchell, Chris Sellers, François Thoreau, which is a researcher that I met during my fieldwork in Belgium. It was organizing this kind of counter history exploration of the industrial history of Belgium. It was called Toxic Cruises. So it was on this boat with a collective, you know, retelling the stories of these places. And this is how I met him. So really by chance, and now I work with him. And then Tanya Rahman, who helped me, you know, finalizing the thesis. So all these people, this is really, really something that I'm super thankful for. And this is why I really enjoy doing my PhD also.
Okay, thank you very much, Daniela. And thank you for listening.